So you're running Google Ads for your real estate wholesaling business or your flipping operation, and you're wondering, Carter, how do I optimize for more leads, higher conversion rates, and higher quality leads? And that's exactly what I'm going to dive into in this video. But before I get into it, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. But with Google Ads in and of itself, it's very confusing, it's very cumbersome, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna blow your budget on useless data. So with that being said, let's dive into one of our non-optimized Google Ads campaigns. You'll see what the conversion rates are, you're going to see what our keywords are, and you're going to see exactly how much we are spending on a monthly basis, because this is over the course of 30 days. So without further ado, let's jump to the computer right now. So we're on the overview page of our Google Ads campaign, and you can see right here that we are paying $500 per conversion. In my mind, that is way too high. For Google Ads, I would at least like to be closer to that $300 per conversion, because I know if we convert 1 out of every 10 Google leads, then that means we're spending $3,000 per deal. And your cost per deal is really what you need to figure out in your business. Because for you, if you spend $3,000, you might make $30,000. And that is a very similar situation for us. I'm comfortable spending $3,000 to make a 10 times return on that, making $30,000 in net profit. Okay, so we see it right here. We had 94 clicks, 4 conversions. We spent a little over $2,000 on this, and we had 1.66 thousand conversions. Now, this is a Wisconsin campaign, so it's a statewide campaign. Obviously, right here, you can see that we had some conversions right here. And as we all know, and if you don't know this, this is something to watch out for. Google, when you go to your searches, they do not show you every single search term that people click on or convert from. They might show you about 25 to 35% of them, which means for the most part that we're just guessing in our mind what people are actually searching. Now, this can be extremely confusing, especially when you're just getting started. So again, take it slow, have a very small daily budget that you're willing to spend without getting anything in return. What I always say for Google Ads is you need at least a 90-day runway to see if you get results, especially if you're not spending a whole lot per month. But it's something to just be aware of, just so you don't get freaked out that within 30 days you might have spent $1,500, but you have 0 deals. So now for the daily management of a Google Ads campaign like this, we're going to see where the flaws are. In my personal opinion, I can pretty much see the flaws in my own campaign, and this is just from a lack of effort in managing this particular one. That right here, we have 57 clicks, but 2 conversions. Like, that conversion rate is god awful. We paid about $750 per conversion, which is terrible again. But let's look at what the actual conversion rate is there. 3.51%. My goal, my ideal thing would be at least a 10% conversion rate. It's not always possible, but let's dive into the actual ad groups to see where things are malfunctioning. So you can see here on the ad groups, I only have 3 of them running, and then each ad group has multiple different keywords in it. Obviously, I don't have any single keyword ad group, but let's click into this one. When we start jumping into the keywords, what I want to watch out for is how much we're spending per keyword, how many clicks that we've gotten, and how many conversions that we've gotten. If we're spending $300, $400, $500, $600 per keyword, and we've gotten no conversions or no traction, you're gonna probably want to change the match type, maybe take it from a broad match to a phrase match, or pause the keyword altogether so you don't keep overspending on your budget. Now, before starting this video, which I shouldn't have done, hindsight's always 2020, I turned and I switched this to phrase match, sell house for cash. This was a broad match keyword. We had about 35 clicks for 1 conversion. So it was very low, it was very minimal, and it wasn't worth the cost. We had spent about $600 for that keyword alone for 1 conversion that did not lead to a deal. So again, it's just knowing the ins and outs of your campaign and figuring out, but selling a property, again right here, 25 clicks, 1 conversion, the conversion rate is 4%. That's a little low for me. But the cost per conversion is at $235, which isn't terrible. Like I said, I want to spend less than $300 because I know 1 out of every 10 leads results in a deal. But what can we do to optimize this better? Maybe it's going through the search terms report, and we go in here and we see we've already excluded some. But again, here's some searches that are showing up: foreclosed land for sale, home sale, house for sale in Manitowoc, house for sale in Plymouth. I should be adding all of these to our negative keywords list so we don't show up on searches for them. The amount of impressions tells you how many people are actually seeing your ad from these keywords. Now, don't get freaked out by impressions, because you could have 100 impressions and only 1 click, which means it's not really applicable. But if you're getting a lot of clicks, a lot of impressions on a keyword or search term that doesn't make sense, exclude it, add it to your negative keyword list, and that will help optimize your campaign. So you can dive into your search terms report every single day, every single week. That's what I would highly recommend doing to optimize for it better. And all you pretty much do, you click on the keywords that you don't want to show up for the search terms, and then you go to add a negative keyword list, and then you save it. It's as simple as that. Now they're excluded. You will not show up on that exact phrase match again. And it works out for the best. But diving back into the ad groups, now you can see here that some of the status, which this has been a pain in the butt for the last several weeks, it's showing that some of the ads are limited by policy. And I researched this entire campaign. I built it from scratch, and it's still doing this for me because there were some auto apply options turned on that were adding headlines that didn't match with what we're looking for. So let's see if it actually fixed it. We'll dive in here. Let's go to the ads for this particular campaign. And now they're showing that they're all eligible, which is great news. But what was happening before, and I'll go into the edit the responsive search campaign, is they were adding keywords such as this: get a free cash offer today. Now, when they did that, Google Ads has a policy that you can't have multiple words capitalized throughout the thing, meaning the word free, because there's too much capitalization in a row, it excluded or limited our reach in this campaign, and that's why the conversion rate might be tailing off a tiny bit. And another thing to be aware of, in this particular campaign, I am optimizing for conversions, max conversions to be specific. So when we do that, the system, the algorithm, tries to optimize to get you leads. Instead of in the past where I've done a manual cost per click, where the conversion rates are typically higher, but we might spend a little bit more on the cost per click basis. By not doing manual cost per click, you're allowing the system to optimize for conversions, which may or may not help you. It just depends on how much data is being fed into your campaign. Now, we've made edits, we've made changes to the campaign so far, and we don't want to overwhelm ourselves with doing a million different things every day. But the last thing that I want you to do, at least on a weekly or monthly basis, depending upon how things are going, make sure that your click-through rate on your ads is high enough. Meaning that when someone sees your ad, it has at least a 5% click-through rate or higher, meaning they find your ad applicable to their situation. And you can see here that on 2 of our campaigns, it hits that 5% threshold. But then on this campaign, which has by far the most clicks, it doesn't reach that threshold. It's about 3.27. So what can I do? To optimize this particular ad with it being at a 3.27 click-through rate, what I would do is I would click here, copy, paste a new ad, then I would change up some of the headlines or the descriptions in the ad set. To give you an example of what that looks like, I would change these things out so they're a little bit more applicable to possibly the keywords or the people who are searching, so that click-through rate bumps up, and hopefully the conversion rate will also rise at the same level. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information on Google Ads in this particular video, but if you guys enjoyed this content and you want to learn more about it or learn how to optimize campaigns or what specifically I am focusing on or doing in our campaign, please comment down below, hit the like and subscribe button, share with me what you want to know, and I'll make videos on it. And also, if you want to watch my past videos on Google Ads, click and watch the playlist right here where I break down how we start a campaign and how we might optimize it along the way. Again, I appreciate you watching as always, and if I can do anything, just please reach out. Otherwise, peace. I'll see you in the next video.